This is still February 26, 2026. I told you, today was one of those horrible days. Those two agents from the Belden office that remind you of my son Josh, that showed up like the first or second day of the case. Look at all the people they hired to hurt her. We can use her for bait. It is a federal crime for an FBI agent to use you as bait. A federal crime. They're not allowed to turn you back over to drug dealers to harm you, for them to get them. They cannot do that. Okay. They have mocked me in Walmart about taking my money in front of people. People today said they're the ones running around laughing that they stole their money. They can't go around stealing from the government. And if they check at Apostolic Church of Bremerton, they're probably the ones that told on me. Some idiot retards were outside my apartment, and thank God my husband can't hardly hear. Out there yelling, something about an attorney sending out emails, and what a weirdo, and yelling stuff. You know, if you had better parents, you wouldn't open your mouth. And what are you doing? Dealing with an online predator that's scamming you. It's not an attorney. No real attorney's office to send that email out. Because they get disbarred. It is a sexual predator, a drug dealer, scamming you. You know, I was up in North Canton in 23. Some teenagers said, you know, that guy Will online. Nobody should ever talk to him. Ever. Again, he's nothing but a child molester. We all know they raped her. And him sending out videos to even small children of those men raping her, that makes him a child molester. I thought, honey, you're under 18. That makes him a child molester for giving it to you. I was out in Marshallville a little over a year ago. And some girl was talking, some guy named Will asked me if he could make it up to me and take me out. And my friend said not to go out with him. He's a drug dealer. Duh. Doesn't anybody teach about online predators fooling people? Online predators. They're fooling you. Human traffickers. Florida drug cartel. How dumb and retarded are these people? And those idiots out there yelling, oh, that attorney's office thought it was funny what those agents said. They didn't know. Yes, they did. You know what's really sick and morbid? March 30th, 25, afternoon, okay? My car is bugged by the FBI. He's out there, my neighbor that lived in my old apartment was talking to Amy while they were fixing her husband's truck. And I'm laying down in the bed trying to relax because I had to work. I hear, I was in the office when they met with that agent. It's like, oh, hell no. And he said, I was in the office when they met with that agent. And you know how sick it is? Those agents let him listen to him mock me on the phone, how they were trying to kill me, and he didn't blame them. They let those bastards listen to him mock me. Said when that agent asked her if she knew about that doctor, she said she didn't even know who he was. Said knew they were lying. Knew she was lying when she said she didn't know who he was, when that doctor had him taped, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not my doctor. Dave even confessed. April 16, 23, I heard Danny across the parking lot. Said I finally went to Dad, asking what on earth is going on. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. Was Pete and his men in her home before? Pete has her frame. Pete has her tape, the filthy, dirty statement. I don't know who he is. And he either is that Henry Moffey or the other guy Dave's supposed to be hired. Because May 30th, 25, Louisville police at 1 o'clock were outside with one of the ladies in the extortion group. They have to be playing her, because even Officer Reinhardt told me even the FBI would go to jail for being in my home before. Okay? Said they found the original case, and it said her ex-husband hired 2 men on his own. One said he was an attorney, so it made it illegal. No, it didn't. It made it worse illegal. Yeah. What were they thinking? They just said he said he was an attorney. Didn't say he was. See, that's where these people are just saying who they are, and they're not. They're a drug cartel, where Officer Mark, in August of 23, on a Tuesday between noon and 1, said it's documented and verified she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel in her home before. Drug cartel. So who's that 2 guys? The cartel. That's why it's being drugged, being raped. Where April 28th, 24, North Canton Jackson officer, Karen, I was listening to this today. We all know no one drugs anybody but the drug cartel, and it was a drug cartel in your home before. So who's in my home? The drug cartel. Just 2 men Dave hired on his own. Drug dealers. So how many times do they have to keep telling you? It was drug dealers. Now think of those agents, and I bet if they check into it, the ones that told on me at Apostolic Church of Barberton was probably those 2 agents that look like my son Joshy. The ones in the Belden office. The ones that said they could use me as bait. The ones that mocked me on a recorded line, I bet it's them. The ones that bragged to everyone they stole money from the government. Yeah. Now think how morbid it is. Those people are in there saying they're trying to kill me. You didn't arrest them. For a made-up reason calling me a faker of 15 years ago. And it was medication error, medical malpractice almost killed me. Do you realize how sick it is? And he knew HIPAA violations. No doctor could ever be with them. None. You know, April 6, 25, I told you about Dixie talking about to John of my phone's bugged by the police. They got her recorded. Investigators showed up the next day. How dumb was Melissa telling Dixie all that? Her saying that? That she was part of hiring those people and trying to frame the chief of police up there. That he gets special permission for people to break into people's homes? No, he don't. Dave hired those men on his own. Stop lying on the man. And set up behind cameras watching him? No, you don't. That's a federal crime. Then, let's see. And break in and do stuff like drug him for fake confessions, beat and rape him? No, you don't. That's human trafficking, kidnapping, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon. No, you don't. And Melissa said the group of people they hired to do it, she was part of hiring them. They need to put her in jail. You know, over a year and a half, about a year and a half ago, I was down in Carrollton. Some young girls were talking. Did you hear about her ex-daughter-in-law, Melissa? What a loon. Her son, John, went to divorce her. She went in it with her cheating ex-husband. Hired a bunch of men to drug her up and told her to say stuff. Photoshopped washing in another room. And had men drug, beat, and rape her. All because her son divorced her. Who takes it out on somebody else's mother? Just because her husband divorces them. Goes in it with her cheating ex-husband. What a loon taking it out on her husband's mother. We had very little to do with Melissa. We seen her on the holidays or if they needed something. We had hardly little to do with her. She was so arrogant, even as a teenager. John started dating her. And John came home and said, Melissa said that she's so good in band. She's in a little high school band. That she's going to play for royalty one day. The president, she's this good. I said, she is not. She's only in a little high school band. She's not going to do anything great. He's like, oh yeah, that's what she said. Psycho. Complete psycho. Who thinks that at 16, especially when you're not in some kind of orchestra? You're just in a little high school band. See what I mean? Self-absorbed, that she's greater than what she could ever be. Think of that. And being in it with my cheating ex-husband and his drug addict girlfriend and her drug dealing father, sitting in a church that hates the government and think they can run a con on the government. And shame on those agents. Letting that occult listen to him bully me, where that neighbor said where that church sent out emails to other religious groups, they were the first religious group to show up. Well, you're godless. You're absolutely godless. You know why? Because if you had God in you, even a bit, you would have reported him and never had part of it. You're godless. Because God don't hurt people. God don't have women drug beat and raped. They don't try to extort money from the government. You're godless. The people and the cults that did this are godless. They're godless. Because I'll tell you what, God doesn't hurt anybody. Matter of fact, the Bible preaches against it. Love your neighbor. Whatever happened to the golden rule as yourself? How about love your enemy? Pray for those that spitefully use you. Avenge not yourself. So you're godless. You're a demonic occult, serving Satan, right? Right? Because you aren't serving God. Because God throws people like you in hell. I'm going to upload this. I am tired of this shit. And, you know, people were talking today. The guy told law enforcement he was selling kiddie porn and taping little kids go in the bathroom, and they didn't even arrest him. He's laughed. He can't believe they didn't even arrest him. What is wrong with our law enforcement? Huh? What is wrong with you? I'm going to upload this.